Now that we have this loop, I'm going to change this name to sax because I just know that that's what we're dealing with. I'm going to open up my Sonny Stitt, A Crazy Mixed Up World, and we're just going to listen to a little bit of it. All right, so I know I said we're not always going to pull from the beginning, but we are this time. So I'm just going to take this section right here. Now, I'm not intending to use that as a loop, but I am going to go ahead and export it. I'm still in my samples library. Everything's good. Just hit export. Mute. I kind of was thinking maybe I would grab this too. Maybe not. Nah, let's just stick with what we got. All right. And coming back here, I'm going to Sonny Stitt. Dragging that in. Make it output 3. Channel 3. 3 and 3. We're good. Okay, so what I want to do with this one is I want to have control over these different pieces without having to edit it again into pieces there. So first, I realize I could have been a little bit cleaner with my editing. So I'm going to start my sample right where that is instead of having to wait, even if it's a millisecond or two. It's more than that. Let's see what I want. Okay, so right there is where the first line kind of ends. But before I get too far, I'm going to go to the mapping editor, and I'm going to make it smaller. Bring that one to C1. I clicked on the background to unhighlight it. Oops. Mapping editor. I hit Control. I'm going to duplicate it. Click in the background. There might be a better way to doing this, but this is how I do it. Highlight, Control, click, duplicate, click in the background, drag. All right, so we're going to have the same sample, but we're editing them all differently. So in the wave editor, this first one is going to end right when that line starts. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing, so I get it right where I want it to be. I would prefer it not to go, so I'm going to come over a little bit. Let's try a little bit more. Not sure it matters for now. But I could definitely kind of dial that in. I could bring up my waveform, look a little bit cleaner. Maybe I will actually just go right there. Pretty clean. Actually, let's try one more. I promise I won't do any more. Better. Okay. Now this one, I want it to start where the last one ended. And I don't want that, so I'm going to come in here and do that. Come in closer. So again, this is not a loop, so I'm not worried. Better. I'm not trying to get this to be a measure or anything, because it's not. Then this one will go right there. Okay, so now we have a sample, 3 samples that came from 1, and we can trigger it with our keyboard. Is this one? Oh, okay. I don't know if you heard that, but I was hitting C on my keyboard, on my piano, and this was on B instead of C. In fact, I think I don't want this little ba-boom. I just want boom. All right, let's see what it sounds like. I'm going to play it. Just play. One, two, three, four. All right, so now I don't like the timing of it, and I'm not entirely sure I'm in key, so I'm going to concentrate on the timing first. And for the sake of it, I'm just going to come, actually, I'm going to sync and, I'm going to Time Machine Pro the whole thing. So I'm going to come where it says Source DFD and change that to Time Machine. Let's see if that does any better. Okay. Let me cook. Okay, now I'm just having fun. I'm going to put in a click track so I can get a count in. I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to do this with my keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not impressed, but it's okay. Okay, so one thing I already know that I want to stretch this stuff out. I'm going to show you a different way of stretching in Kontakt, but I just want to put a little wetness, some delay on this thing. So I'm going to insert replica, because where these things break, especially between these two samples, I think we'll get a fair amount of mileage out of a little bit of delay. All right, now let's take a look. My timing was half decent. This is not how I intended to do it, but it's fine. Nope. Okay, so I know a couple of you might disagree with me. I don't think it's in key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take C1 and I'm going to make it D1. So one full semitone, or one. Actually, I'm going to do it with all of them. So it's going to go up one full step. All right. And I'm going to put another one of these in. Just keep that whole thing going. Let's stretch that out. All right, so now we have some horn.